Yeah, I am recording now, so we're good to go.
Good to go. All right. Well, good luck. Have fun.
Yes, same to you. I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Let's see here. My hand looks good.
I think I can make this work.
Oh, I got my chat is here too. Hey.
Very nice.
I can't play. So my chat is asking me to play rats, but I can't because this deck is already established, and we're just playing the Content Creator Community Cup.
Yes, we are. And so just for the people watching this video post-recording, this is the Community Cup, and your blue team is Esper, right? Is that correct? Yep. Cool, correct. And we're teamers, so it's see what sort of fun stuff we've got going on.
Well, I actually have my deck is sort of aggro-y. It's very aggro. So the teammate that I played of yours last time was running a combo deck, and man, it was rough. Yeah, the combo was mean. It was so mean.
What was the combo?
A whole bunch of wild growth reclamation stuff with untapping all the land, and then sort of it might be what you're doing. It was gates, but it was gates with Wilderness Reclamation and Expansion Explosion and all Electro Dominance.
Yeah, mine is Gate Punch.
Okay,
so we've got some
Gate Punch.
Yeah, we've got some punches in here. So this is it's when I found, because I've been building this deck before we got into the community challenge, and then the community challenge came. I was like, hey, this is perfect. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck.
Nice.
And so it's based around the more popular deck, but there's a few different core concepts in it. So,
well, I think the Gate Shell, and I think especially Temur, is a really powerful.
Oh yeah,
like it feels really, like when I play against it, it's one of the more powerful archetypes.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to watch.
No, I definitely agree, and it's fun to have strong color shards like that. Kind of, go. There's always up and down with standard decks, certain things like that, and so to kind of have Temur be on top, and especially with Hydroid Krasis, man, when that card got spoiled, I was like, oh, that's fun. I can't wait to throw in a few of my commander decks, and then just seeing it just like explode into just like this monster of a card, I'm like, yes, I love it.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. That's what happened. I don't know if it was a Hydroid Krasis or just the Expansion Explosion, but the ability. So the last game I played, I felt like I was in a winning condition. Winning, was fine. I mean, of course, I'm running weenies, so it was like I had a triple Benalia start, right? Like the most ridiculous hand I could have, and they top deck one expansion and then filled their hand back up, untapped all their land, and could it was like. The reclamation is just
I don't get why that card was. I mean, like, I get why it was printed, but I mean, like, the playing against it, I'm like, oh my god, and especially with Nexus of Fate, and I'm glad it's banned in 1v1 because in best of one, because that is such a pain to play against. Like, I played against it the other day, and like I'm playing this blue-white control shell, and like I've got like 4 negates in my hand, and it still took like a little bit of luck to beat it, and it's just wild to me.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think and I love that because the first time they did Ravnica, they had gates, but it was nothing super wild with the gates.
I know.
And so the fact that we have like a gate deck, I don't know, it's so cool to me.
It's legit. No, it's a great, amazing deck. I tell people all the time that it's not for little kids. It's a powerful, real deal.
It is. And the fact that, like, I don't know why, there's a soft spot in my heart for goats. Like, I've always, like, if I had a farm, I would have goats. And so the fact that we have a Gatebreaker Ram is just like, I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This is everything we want.
Soft spot in my heart for goats. That's the best quote ever. I love it. Well, I have to take your goats away. The goats are going to detention.
No, that's fine. They've been some bad goats, so I completely understand. They've been breaking a lot of forestry stuff. You can't have you got the natural park area set up in Ravnica and they just break it. It's not good. All right, come on. Gates Ablaze. That is not Gates Ablaze. Well, we'll still.
The Gates Ablaze is the thing that just destroys my board constantly.
Oh yeah, I mean that card is bananas. We'll still be worried. I don't really know. I can't remember what my goals for today are, but we're just going to be casting some stuff just to get it.
Oh no.
And there we go. Well, that is we'll tap down these two, and that'll be a clear way for the Legion to swing across.
Legion, the detention deputy was the key there, because otherwise I wasn't getting through. I guess I could have tried to go wide, but
yeah, it was hard, man. Though, like the fact that those Rams have like vigilance and they're like 8/8, and then they get I mean, it's like you get down to it's like Tarmogoyf on steroids, and I mean, it's just wild. I don't know. I love it. It's just everything about it feels good.
Okay, I'm gonna just get you the style win. Since Deputy won me the game, I'll just let him swing.
As he just he or she just dances across the stage. I like it. All right, well, good game.
Right, good game.
So, for those people that are watching, we are doing best of 3, but we're doing it with the 1 versus 1. Not 1 versus 1. We're doing it through direct challenges. If you're wondering. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, did we do coin flip again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think you're right though. Hold on. Let me quit that out. Hold on.
Yeah. All right.
We'll flip it to where you can go first, because obviously that's
victory. Give me some coins.
Let's see. So change it to opponent wins coin flip.
You win.
So you change it to you win. I hope that works.
Yeah, I think that should be correct. Right. I really enjoy your spooky there we go. It gives you Liliana, but like it was like the cloaked person was your little avatar for a second.
I think it's random now.
Yeah,
you used to be able to pick it. No, Nissa should be the one I pick, but it's weird.
Yeah, because I'm always Tezzeret, and so I'm like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, really? Because I see you as a Johnny right now.
Oh, and then on my screen is Sarkhan, so it's pretty wild.
Oh, funny. So we're both. I guess it's random for our sides. That's wild.
Yeah, that is. So I think we can make this is a little bit of a clunky opening hand, but if we get lucky, I think we can make this work. I do like that they added the Magic the Gathering back to the cards, like the original. It looks pretty good.
Yep, I like it too.
And then
my chat's probably wondering why I'm not so interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me post your I'll post all your links, because my chat's asking who you are.
Sure.
So I'm going to make sure my chat knows. I don't have any way of. I guess post your links in the Discord, and I'll get my chat.
Sure. It's
give you some follows and
to all the people who are watching. It's YouTube/Jolt539, and then I'll still put some links down. And actually, yeah, we'll just go and pop that up real quick. So. And it's also the Jolt539 is the exact same Twitch, but I don't stream as much. So if you want to anticipate some streaming sometime in the near future, definitely give me a follow on Twitch. But I'm primarily YouTube content. So Commander 1 versus 1 daily, every day, gameplay videos. And then I'm working on putting out 3 arena decks each week. So kind of a nice little challenging. There we go. And then once this video goes live on my channel, I'll definitely put a link and I'll kind of sticky a comment to your Twitch page. That way we can get some good cross promotion.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I sent the your YouTube link. I have quite a few YouTube content creators that are like some of my mods and hang out with me as well. So it's a great place to. I always want people to promote their channels and what they do.
Cool.
So I'm totally down with that, and I appreciate you spending the time, and I'll definitely promote you as
cool.
If you get a chance to stop by my stream too, you can always come in and let people know what you do.
I certainly will. Well, this is not bad. Okay. I was hoping to hit a green source. I was like, well, we can make this work. But yeah, I'll certainly I'll hit you up on that. That'd be fun to kind of get in there and hang out.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Give me an excuse to get on Twitch. I spend so much time doing YouTube stuff that it's just kind of like, so I do videos for my channel, and then I do videos for MTGOTraders on their channel too. And so, you know, if people like Arena and they like standard content, I'm kind of working my way into some. Wait, is that correct? Why did it do that? Okay, it was like asking me to. I guess I had the control button up. There we go. All right. But yeah, I do some standard on Magic Online stuff for them too. So if standard's your jam, you can check it out.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw on your Twitch page. It looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry, your Twitter.
Yeah,
Twitter has a lot of cool links.
Yeah, it's funny because I got into Standard during Return to Ravnica, and that's what basically got me into Magic. Like I started buying cards during Mirage way back in the day during school, but then I never learned how to play. And then Return to Ravnica came out. I was like, well, let's get into it, and it's pretty fun.
That's awesome. Yeah,
so it's Ravnica, full circle.
It's been like the recent sets, I think, have been an amazing time for Magic. Like the fact that every deck works. I mean, there's competitive decks in every color.
Mm-hmm.
There's no oppressive one. When you look at a top eight result, it's not 7 of the same deck. It's really widely varied. Yeah, I love it.
There's been a noticeable difference since they got that. I can't remember what the team was, but they got the play design team that went out there and created a very nice standard environment, and that has definitely paid really nice dividends for them. Yep. I'm glad that they did, because that was
my hand is pretty strong right now.
Mine is no, not at all. I've got double gates, so gates of blaze. So we're at least kind of forcing the four pay life activations. So we're getting something going.
What happened?
Oh,
hold on. What happened? Oh, that doesn't count as a gate. I make the same mistake all the time.
That is
the plaza isn't a gate, and I made that mistake myself. I thought to myself, did something glitch?
No? Yeah, I did too, and I was like, nope, that's Plaza Harmony right there. Well, good game. Rough. Oh no, that happens sometimes.
We still have to play all of them. Sorry if I was talking and distracted you, but I didn't. I thought everything was dying. I thought the Marshal was dying, and so
me too, dude. Well, then we'll ship the. Let's go. We're game 3 again, so let's have some fun.
Game 3, make it happen.
And then I think the same thing, right? I guess technically, is that how it works? Even though it's best of 3, you still put me on the coin flip.
No, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you still get to go first. Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. This has definitely been. I'm really enjoying your Esper, but you think Esper, you just automatically assume board wipes counters, and then like Teferi, you're locking it down in 20 turns. It's really nice to play against an Esper aggro deck. I'm enjoying it.
I definitely had to look into it. I had a whole bunch of different deck choices to make, and I was looking at a mid-range deck, but I didn't feel like a one based off of the hero deck, based off of the multicolor cards.
Yeah.
And that felt like the deck I was going with, and then I started playtesting it, and it just fell apart. Like the mana base. I think what happens is the mana base, and for my chat to kind of explain, we're not playing we only can use common lands. We can't use rare lands.
Okay.
So what that does to a mid range shell is it really makes it really hard to get your creatures out. I don't know. I felt like the mana base made it really a struggle to go mid range or control, because sometimes you need that land to hit and to have that counter spell up or whatever.
No, I totally get that.
With gates, it's a little different because you have but you are a little slower. But gates is gates. You can't.
Yeah, that's the drawback.
I couldn't do a gates Esper really because it felt I don't feel like there's a viable deck there.
Oh yeah.
So going with an aggro shell with very I don't know. It was definitely a struggle to decide on what the deck to build. But yeah, that's why I decided to go with this deck rather than a mid-range with the mana base. It would have been a challenge.
Well, it just goes to show that's this standard environment, and can really accommodate really any sort of kind of play style out there. Everything works really well together. Do we want that? No, we're good. Okay, so now we're starting to dig a little bit deeper. I wanted to run the Angel in here, but that's such a powerhouse. Sometimes when you gain that life, it always feels really good.
For sure. Yeah, I think a Temur, especially against a an aggro deck, you almost need the Angel. If you don't have it, you're in big trouble.
And it's crazy. You've always been taught in Magic, you don't run cards that give you life gain. But this standard environment, anytime I've built Esper, anything that's white, Revitalize is such a good card to kind of combat those aggro decks. It just feels so good.
It's so funny you say that, because I'm anti life gain and I'm anti auras.
Yeah,
I don't do those things because, like you said, the fundamentals tell you you're going to lose card advantage and life gain isn't winning. But it's funny because when I first played Magic, my favorite color was white and my favorite card was Healing Salve. If you remember way back in the day, healing one white to gain 3 life, and my friends would make fun of me. I'm like, no, it's great. It's like a healing potion.
Yeah, exactly.
And now Revitalize is the souped up version of that.
Yeah, no, it makes and usually just one or two, just gaining 3 life 1 or 2 times is enough to stabilizing. It's like the way the mono red decks kind of set up, and it's just great. Cards. Yeah, and it's just it's a good cantrip, and it's I don't know. It's just weird to have that play style where it's just kind of like I'm running 2 in the sideboard. I'm doing 2 in the main. It's just kind of like, oh, all right.
Yep. Oh, it's great. It's a great card. No denying it. Sorry, chat. I didn't have the deck up in my little... So the deck is up now. Sorry for anybody who is trying to look at my deck list while we were playing, but it should be current. So there's a couple different overlays and things. Sorry, I'm not resolving my plays quick enough.
We're good. We're good.
Chat. So there's a few overlays and such in Twitch, and if you don't have those set up, ways to present your deck so your chat can look at the deck. They can also mouse over cards and read them. I don't know if you have Deckmaster, but I'd be more than happy. The more you get into Twitch, I can help you with
I'll definitely hit you up on that, because the stuff like that, I have no clue about. Let's see. Do we want to... Nah, I think we're okay. I always, Gate Colossus is such a fun card, but, late game, he's great, but, early game, you're just kind of like... just kind of floating them around. But I started running Chart of Course in this stack because you can draw 2 cards, discard a card, and then you dump Gate Colossus in there, and he's just kind of like a little... it's like your second hand for Gate Colossus. I don't know. It feels really good to just have this little second zone for him.
Huh. Yeah, I was wondering about your chart. I like it a lot. Do you know, there's another... I'm trying to think of the name of the card. There's a red enchantment that messes with... Is it the Alpine Moon? Is that the one?
Yes, where it turns lands into they lose all abilities, I think.
Right. You know what that does to gates? They come into play untapped.
That is right. Because that makes sense.
So that's another kind of a techie card for gates decks.
I'll have to throw that in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Use your land right away.
It's kind of like your Amulet of Vigor or whatever. No, that's cool. I
like it with Gate Colossus. That's
cool. No, I'll have to end up doing that. I like that you do get into Magic with Healing Salve being one of your favorite cards.
Right.
Like when I got into Magic, I got in during Mirage, and that was when it first started to become really popular in my area. And so I would go buy the cards with my allowance and after school and stuff like that. And then I just, that was kind of like, technically it was internet days, but that was like AOL was your primary source. And so I never learned how to play, but I bought the cards for 2 years. And then when I got to high school, because I bought it from like junior high up until high school. And then in high school, I sold all my cards before college. Cause I was like, well, you never learned how to play. You're not going to need them. And now that I've gotten back into it and, I have a channel, it pains me to think about me selling my cards. I wish I knew what my collection was. Cause I didn't approach it with a Magic mindset. I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And so I just randomly think about that sometimes. I'm like, oh man, I wish I had my collection back. Okay.
Yeah, I've gone through collections so many times, and I have so many regrets. I can't even talk about it.
It just hurts sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It does.
All right, so we're kind of backs against the wall. We're gonna set some fires.
Yeah.
And we do have the required number of gates this time.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'll spend my life accordingly.
And the Guild Summit is just so nasty in this deck. I love it. It is so, just the fact that you can get this down. It takes some setting up, but if you get down Guild Summit, and just the fact that you can cash in some extra card draw with all the, I don't know, it's just, it feels good. I love it.
Yeah, no, I think it's amazing. It's definitely an amazing. Let's see.
And I love that Vanguard is such a little powerhouse, man. You see that pay for life when it got spoiled. I was like, hey, that's pretty solid. That's a good card right there. And then
it went through a phase where it wasn't popular, and then it came back. Jeskai just kind of just gets destroyed by it because it doesn't have a lot of ways to remove it.
Yeah.
But now that Esper is big, it gets moment of craving doubt. Like I feel like it doesn't do anything against the metagame now. Because you don't run into. I mean, sure, I could run into Gates, and it works great against Gates. That's why it's in the deck, but it doesn't really work against the in the standard metagame. I feel like it's one of the weakest cards in my on this side of the board.
Okay, so we got one gate down. Yeah, that's gonna be my turn. I think no matter how we swing it, without a Johnny activation, I think you're gonna get it. But yeah, we'll dig a little bit. Maybe I can get lucky and hit
another gate.
Get
another blaze.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you run any other sweepers or just Gates of Blaze?
Just Gates of Blaze, man. This is so the core concept of the deck, and unfortunately we didn't get to see it today, but like the core concept is Gatebreaker Rams, Gate Colossus, and I'm running Thud in here, and I'm also running Thud and then Gravitic or whatever it's called, the punch card, to where and so it just works out really well. You know, there's a lot of times late game to where, you know, if we're attacking, you know, you get down Rhythm of the Wild, give your creatures trample, and if the board, after Gates of Blaze, you get down a Gatebreaker Ram for 3 mana with an open Rhythm of Wild. You swing in for haste for 8, knock them down to 12, and then go for a Thud. I mean, this deck, doesn't win all the time, but you just have these turns that are so explosive and so fun to play that it's definitely a gate deck, but it's so far from the, like you mentioned, that combo deck you played against last time. It is simply just a
creature based.
Yeah, you're going for that really explosive turn, and it feels so good when that does happen. Well, good game.
Yeah,
and Johnny's going to get it.
Like I said, definitely put the pressure of aggro is definitely and not always that fun because you only have like 5 turns to do whatever you need to do. But
that's yes, very much so. Enjoyed it. It's nice to play against an Esper aggro deck instead of Esper control. That was definitely kind of fun to see that. So
try to mix it up a little bit.
It is nice.
Well, thank you for the content, and thank you so much, my chat, who's been here early in the morning. I don't normally stream anywhere near this early, so I'm amazed that like people are like wandering in.
That's always nice to have that. So I'll have to go back and check out the broadcast, the recording, and to all the people on my channel, definitely check out his Twitch page. I'll have it linked in the comments down below. And like I mentioned, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe.
That's awesome, man. Thank you.
You too, man. All right. Welcome to the Community Cup Challenge. So we're playing against the Wandering Bard today. Let's go ahead and as far as opening hand goes, we got Guildgate, Signets. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, especially with Gates of Blaze, that's going to be a great way for us to hopefully kind of make sure we keep some of those creatures off of the battlefield. But yes, this Community Cup, we'll talk about it here in a second. Let's lead off with, we definitely want to be online for Growth Spiral. So let's go and lead off with Guildgate, and then we'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, as far as this Community Cup, this is a big Magic tournament on Magic Arena with a ton of content creators, and so this has been a fun little thing that I signed up for, and I'm not entirely. I have been so busy making Commander and Arena and MTGO standard videos that I haven't had a chance to like fully see what the tournament's about. But apparently, we're split up into teams, and so we have different content creators that are on my team, and then we're playing against this other team, and I think it's like a group setting style event, and we progress through the rounds and just kind of have some fun. So I've definitely been enjoying it so far, and I played against AdamAnt. Off of Twitch, which was a really cool experience. He's somebody he streams a lot on Twitch, and he was a really nice person. I really enjoyed our match, and he mentioned that there's some people that do some singleton, like 100 card singleton on Magic Arena. They build a 100 card deck, and then their quote unquote commander is 4 copies of one card, with everything else being singleton. And I was like, man, that sounds That sounds like a lot of fun. So, you may be kind of seeing that somewhere on the horizon sometime soon. Now, our opponent is going double Thought Erasure. They did take our Hydro Crisis and they took our Gates of Blaze. So we'll kind of see what we're up against. At this point, we've got Growth Spiral. Yeah, I really like the thought of going Growth Spiral into another land. Our opponent is shields down at this point. So I'd rather get this to stick and we dig a little bit deeper. Hoping to hit the land drop off of that Growth Spiral, but unfortunately we don't. And so next turn, we can go for Chart of Course just to dig a little bit deeper. We do have double Gates Colossus in the hand. And so thankfully with Chart of Course, we have to discard a card. With Gate Colossus, you can just dump it into the graveyard as an extra copy of it. All right, so opponent's going to go for Thought Erasure. We'll see what they end up taking. Honestly, the worst thing we want to see, I was about to say, is Chart of Course. That's definitely a very viable option. And then we'll see what we can get going after that. Gatebreaker Ram, we do have the gates. Yeah, I guess we just try to get a clock going. That's what we need to do. So let's get down Gatebreaker Ram. Our opponent knows exactly what's in our hand now, but I like getting down a Vigilance Trample 5/5. So at least that's going to force them to have some sort of spot removal on this Gatebreaker Ram. If not, we've got at least a 4-turn clock with Gatebreaker Ram, and then we still have Punch to go for once we hit that last lander. All right, so they're going for a Chemist's Insight, so they're digging for something. I like that. And then we run into Rhythm of the Wild. Okay, so we get down Rhythm of the Wild. We're going to get, that's going to be a good option for us because what that's going to allow us to do is swing in. Yeah, thanks. We get down Rhythm of the Wild. It's a pretty good little top deck. And I hate that there's no thanks on Magic Arena. That always makes me mad. So, yeah, because I think we end up getting down the Simic Guildgate, and that's going to put it at 4. We can send in Wayward Swordtooth because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not going to have the City's Blessing yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a +1 counter on it. We could give it haste, but it's not going to do much. A hasty Wayward Swordtooth that can't attack or block. So let's go and push in for 6, and then knock him down to 9, and then we'll go and pass the turn back over to our opponent. So we've got some pretty good stuff. You know, we can swing in with both of these creatures for next turn potentially. And thankfully in the world of 4/5s, the 6/6s are definitely kings. And that's going to be a 6/7. I like it. Punch is to target player. So at this point, we get in for 6, and then we can seal the deal with Punch either way on the back end. Yeah, I like that. So let's go for that. Excuse me, we can't swing in. Oh, we should have got in for Gate Colossus. Dang it, I forgot Wayward Swordtooth couldn't swing in. So no attack off of that Gate Colossus. That's a little bit of a slip up on my part. We'll go for Gate Colossus. We'll get an extra +1 counter on it. Yeah, that's what we should have done. I got really excited that we were going to be able to swing in with both of these creatures and then go for a punch on the back end. And so now we've built up a really nice little board state and we can push in on the back end. Hopefully we're not running into Kaya's Wrath. That's going to be double black, double white. Okay, Eldest Reborn. That's we can survive that. Sacrifice a creature or a planeswalker. I think at this point we'll just sacrifice Wayward Swordtooth. And the next turn we can actually just straight up just go for a gate. And then... Mirror Image. All right, they're going to enter the battlefield as a lumbering. I love this battlement. I don't know what this is, but this is just, imagine all these battlements stacked on top of each other. And then we'll just go for the flavor win. Punch, target creature, and then target player. There we go. So Gate Colossus for the punch. We're going to alpha punch our opponent in the face. You can see how fun the card is in this deck. So, and the way this tournament works is we go for the challenge again, and we play, we don't want to log off. We go for the challenge, and we're going to have our opponent wins the coin flip. So we're going to challenge them again. Okay, so welcome back to game 2. We are the way this works is we play 3 games, so it's just it's not like the best of 3. I think it just goes towards our total team win-loss record. So, and as far as this hand goes, you know, we are staring down Thought Erasure. We did see 3 of them from our opponent. I like this. If we can somehow get Guild Summit to stick, that's going to be great. If we get Gates Ablaze to stick, that's going to be great. And then Hydroid Crisis would definitely be good. So we can definitely keep on this opening hand. Yeah, we'll keep on this one in a heartbeat. So that's going to be 3 very viable options for them to take with that Thought Erasure. And so depending on what they have as far as turn 2 goes, with that Thought Erasure, it'll kind of maybe determine what, whatever they want to get rid of, we'll kind of see what ends up happening. All right, so we drawn another Guild Summit. Let's just go ahead and lead off with Is It Guildgate? And then, unfortunately, if we do run into Chart of Course, we don't have a way to get it to play it. But at least we can go for Well of Lost Thoughts. Puts the top 4 cards. Okay, and then there we go. Like I mentioned, we draw the Chart of Course, but we can't cast it. But at least we'll still get down Simic Guildgate. And that'll put us on for some good Temur colors. And then... with this Gates Ablaze, once we get to 4 gates, we definitely will not make the same mistake that I made in the round 1 of accidentally thinking that the colorless gate was a gate. It was not even a gate. I don't know why I'm calling it a gate, because it's not, but assuming that it's a gate and then being like, uh-oh. Yeah, Plaza of Harmony, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so we need to discard 1 card. I kind of like holding... We've got a pretty good amount of gates, and I kind of like this... Do we need Plaza Harmony? We didn't really see a ton of action from our opponents. I think we can get rid of Plaza Harmony and just really maintain our gates on this one. Get down the Simic Guildgate, and then we'll go and pass the turn. So as far... We didn't really see any sort of turn 2 action from our opponent, any hand disruption. So I think at this point, I kind of like going for Guild Summit. Since we do have some really good land drops to get down, once we go for Guild Summit and really start cashing in that card draw, we'll slowly start working towards this Hydroid Krasis. And then we also get into a point where we just go double Guild Summit. And that's just, oh, it's one of the best feelings. All right, so we're going to go for Guild Summit. It's going to be blue, blue, and then blue. I don't know what, man, it's Guild Summit getting that down. It's a little clunky sometimes. We'll go for the gate land drop. That's going to be Gary. Actually, just in case we need red, let's go for Rakdos Guildgate. That'll be another. Oh, look at that. And I think at this point, while we wait for our opponent to get to the 4th land drop, we'll end up just going for another Guild Summit. We'll see what they end up taking off this, whatever they don't want to play against the worst. You know, there's definitely a viable option for Gates Ablaze or anything like that. But I think. Yeah, because I'm not sure what our opponent's deck is, and if it's some sort of... Yeah, so we definitely need to find a Gates Ablaze, because they want these creatures to stick around. Target player... I think that might end up being some sort of combo deck. So either way, we need to start ripping into some card draw. So let's go Guild Summit. That way, when it enters the battlefield, we can tap down a gate. And if you heard my cat, she wants me to pick her up, but... she's just out of reach for me to pick her up, and so I don't know what she wants. All right, so we're gonna tap down. There we go. Tap down Rakdos Guildgate, get in a little extra card draw. Let's go for Golgari Guildgate, and that's gonna be 2 more card draw for Guild Summit. Oh, look at that! Rip into another one, and then we have to discard a card. Since we just have the card draw engine going, we're gonna get rid of Chart a Course. So, and then now I'm gonna pick my cat up. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna get down Mirror Image. Yeah, and I guess this is some sort of combo deck because they're actually milling themselves. But now that the coast is clear, we're going to jam this Gates Ablaze in a heartbeat because we want to get rid of whatever those are. Let's go for Golgari Guildgate. It's going to be 1, 2. And then nothing else we can get down. Well, I actually can get a Gate Colossus for 2 mana. I think that sounds pretty good. We'll get down Gate Colossus and then pass the turn. And one of the fun things about this deck is that we can usually kind of push past a lot of these creatures, especially with the Gates Ablaze. So, you know, it's going to survive that. Okay, we have no more gates in the hand. Let's go and push in with Gate Colossus. It's going to be a pretty good chunk of damage. It's going to knock them down to 12. And I think we will end up with Wayward Swordtooth. Yeah, I think we just go gate. I think we just kind of swarm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we just swarm the board. Yeah, I think that'll be good. All right, so we go for Gatebreaker Ram. And then we go Wayward Swordtooth. And I think we'll have the City's Blessing. We'll see. Yeah, we definitely do have the City's Blessing. So that's going to be 16. That's going to be 21 coming across next turn. All right, and that will be a scoop from our opponent. So we're going to send this one over to Game 3. All right, welcome back to Game 3. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got Is It Guildgate and Gruul Guildgate. Yeah, this a little clunky, but I think we can make this work. I'd like to see what our opponents... We got pretty lucky with those Gates Ablaze, getting rid of those creatures. And I think our opponent has some sort of combo mill deck, I think, which is pretty cool, because I enjoy combo mill. And so I'm going to have to hit him up after this game. So we're going to go and keep on this one, and our opponent's going to be on the play, so we'll let them get that going. And I have safely acquired my cat. She's in my lap now, and she is starting to snooze, so It's funny because whenever I'm recording Magic and she wants me to pick me, she wants me to pick her up, she'll walk up to me and she'll like, if you were to just kind of like tap somebody with the tips of your fingers, she'll do that with her paw. She'll like hit my leg and then she'll sit back down and she stares at me like, you know what time it is. And I'm like, yes, I do know what time it is. It's time to pick you up. And so here we are. And they end up taking Gates Ablaze. So we'll go for Gruul Guildgate. Yeah, and then we'll just go and pass the turn. So hopefully we run into something like Growth Spiral, even something like Chart of Course, just to dig a little bit deeper into our library. But unfortunately we do not, so we're just going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent and kick it back over there. So these first two games have definitely been, we've gotten pretty lucky with some of our card draws. With some pretty hot draws, and hopefully we get to see some pretty good stuff from our opponent. So we go for Guildgate. Yeah, that'll be good. Get down Guildgate, and then we'll go and pass the turn. Now, one of the fun things about this deck is we just go Rhythm of the Wild. That's going to make it to where our spells can't be countered. We get down a Gatebreaker Ram. That's going to be a 5/5 with Vigilance and Trample. We're good to go. All right, we'll definitely end up going for it. It's a little slow, but I mean, just having a 3-mana Vigilance with Haste is that's some good magic right there. And I'm glad that I've gotten back into Arena because it feels good to be building gate decks like this. I don't know, I enjoy it. All right, opponent's going for Chemistry's Insight, digging into that library, and then we run into Stomping Ground. So let's go Rhythm of the Wild. Yeah, I like that. We go Rhythm of the Wild. That's going to make it to where they can't be countered. We'll just go and put Stomping Ground into play tapped. We have no reason to shock it in. There's nothing else we can get down. So now if we do end up running into another Guild Gate, that will give us a reduced cost off Gate Colossus. But at this point right now, yeah, because we can actually push past the Well of Thoughts on this with our hasty creatures, and I think I like that. Mortify on Rhythm of the Wild, that's fair. And then we draw into another, yeah, I think we still go Rhythm of the Wild again. Because I'd hate for our stuff to get countered. We go Rhythm of the Wild, we go Izzet Guildgate, and then we kick it back over there. So now we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking at 6/6 on these Gatebreaker Rams with haste, which is going to be, that's the fun thing about this deck is, you get down one of these Rams with haste, and they usually swing it in for a good chunk of damage. Like, we're probably going to have to see Well of Lost Thoughts have to block on this one. And then especially with the, if we get another gate, getting that reduced cost off the Gate Colossus. Because once you get to 6 mana, that's where this deck really shines. At 6 mana, you're looking at double Gatebreaker Rams, you're looking at double Gate Colossus. There's just a lot of good things that you can do, so... But I want to see our opponent's deck go off. We'll see what kind of fun stuff they've got going. Let's see what they end up taking with Thought Erasure. All right, so they end up taking Gate Colossus. One of the fun things about this is all right, so we can go Hydroid Krasis to cash in some card draw. That's going to be... that'd only be one card draw, and I am not wild about that. We could Guild Summon to draw some cards. Yeah, let's try Gatebreaker Ram. Let's just kind of see what kind of spot removal, what kind of sort of stuff they've got going on. So let's go and swing in with Gatebreaker Ram. He's going to be busting through that bamboo or whatever, that wood, whatever that is. And it fits so on theme with Rhythm of the Wild. I love it. All right, so we got a 6/6 coming across. We'll see if that's going to get the Well of Lost Thoughts to kind of jump in the way of Gatebreaker Ram. If that does happen, I'll feel pretty good. Okay, I like that. That's... as long as that's off the bat, I don't know what deck our opponent's playing, but we're definitely okay with that. And if we wanted to, we could have Hydroid Krasis for another card, but it is what it is. All right, so we're going to see the Eldritch Reborn. That's going to sacrifice our gate. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get this down. That's going to be a reduced cost for Gatebreaker Ram. Yeah, I think we'll just go and put that on top. That's going to be a good way for us to kind of bounce back from that. We go... Yeah, let's go Gatebreaker Ram again. Well, actually, the better option would be Gate Colossus, because that's going to have haste. So we're going to have that enter the battlefield with haste. Oh, look at that. 8/8 for 3, I'll take it. All right, so we're swinging in for 8. That's going to knock them down to 10. And then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn back over to our opponent. So each opponent discards a card. We'll get rid of Guild Summon at this point right now because we want to get the pain coming. So at least next turn, if our opponent doesn't get down anything, we've got the win. We've got Gate Colossus and Gatebreaker Ram. So we'll see what they decide to do. We are looking at an activation off of Memorial to Folly, which, that can bring back one of these Well of Lost Thought creatures. All right, they're going for the mill. I like it. But the cool thing is whenever we get a gate, we can get back these gate colossuses, or colossi, whatever the plural version would be. And then if we just rip into a thud, we're getting to the point where this is going to be a pretty good game. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do run into a counterspell potentially, but if we go Gates Ablaze, I think we got it. All right, so we're going to go Gates Ablaze. It's going to take care of Well of Lost Thoughts. It's going to get the really nice kind of fiery Gate Colossus going. Let's go Gatebreaker Ram for some haste action. Tool time grat right there. Let's go and swing across with these, and that's going to be 15 coming across unless they have some sort of spot removal. All right, so they got Mortify, and that's going to at least force that. So we're just going to swing in with Gatebreaker Ram for a 7/7. Knock him down to 3. That's going to put our opponent on some sort of answer for Gatebreaker Ram. And at least at this point right now with Hydroid Krasis, we're looking at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at least we're going to have a flying threat in the air to close the game out with Hydroid Krasis. That's going to be uncounterable with Rhythm of the Wild. So that's going to force them to have some sort of spot removal. And with the Eldest Reborn, put target creature card from a graveyard. So at this point, we're staring down the Well of Lost Thoughts so that our opponent can get down, or Ravenous Chupacabra. That would definitely be a good option, which is exactly what they go for, because Ravenous Chupacabra on Gatebreaker gets rid of them. But at least with this Hydroid Krasis, they're going to have some sort of... Oh, there we go. They got it. Nice. Nice job by our opponent. That's some good Esper right there, saving themselves the game. Now, we can top deck... We can get a couple different things. If we end up going for... We do have Gate Colossus. All right, so we do have Guildgate. We get down Guildgate. That's going to put double Gate Colossus. Yeah, we'll take action on one of them. And then we'll pass on the other one. I think that'll be good. Yeah, because we don't want double on top. At least that's going to be a guaranteed creature on the battlefield. And then we'll see what our opponent can go for. If they stabilize at 3, this is going to be pretty cool to see. Because I think our opponent did mention it was some sort of combo deck. So they go for Well of Lost Thoughts. Maybe they just mill us out somehow with Lumbering Battlement. Either way, I really enjoy Lumbering Battlement as a card. It's a pretty goofy looking card. Okay, so they end up going for the sacrifice. They get down Well of Lost Thoughts. After sacrificing the Memorial to Folly. Okay, they're going to go Mirror Image, enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature you control. Let's see what it's going to be. So they go Lumbering Battlement. Exile any number of creatures. Okay, so we run into that Gate Colossus. Yeah, let's just go to get it down for 2. And I guess we just have it enter the battlefield with haste. I mean, that's going to force some sort of block. Do we want to swing into that, though? I mean, I guess we get rid of a creature. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we're playing against, so we might as well just... I mean, that might end up getting down Ravenous Chupacabra to exile it once it enters back on the battlefield, which we're kind of fine with that, yeah. At least we're just getting rid of some of the exiling effect, because at this point, I'm not sure what they're playing against. As long as we're getting rid of some sort of exile effect, I guess that's good. All right, so they're going on the offense. And then that Mirror Image does have Vigilance, or the, yeah, Mirror Image. And we'll see what else they get down. Ooh, and we rip into Hydroid Krasis. What a draw. That feels kind of bad. Let's go Hydroid Krasis, and we're just going to tap the whole crew on this one. Oh, yeah, look at that. We're going to draw some cards, gain some life. And we're going to definitely have this enter the battlefield with haste. Look at that. I'll swing in for a 5/5. Boom, knock him down to -2. Good game to our opponent. Unfortunately, we top deck Hydroid Krasis, which is exactly what we wanted to see, and we're able to close it out. So, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.